In this introductory delve deeper into the book of Revelation, let's consider who wrote the book and when it was written. Now, the author identifies himself as John, a servant of Jesus. And in previous studies, we've noted that servant is a very kind translation of the Greek word for slave. John is a slave of Jesus. John is known to the seven churches, which he refers to himself as a brother. After this certainty, scholars are in debate as to who John actually is. Suggestions range from John the Apostle to John Mark, who accompanied Paul and Barnabas on those famous missionary journeys, John the Elder, or a writing that was produced by the disciples of John the Baptist or the disciples of the Apostle John. Now, the church fathers writing in the first century attributed Revelation to the Apostle John, but the scholars are undecided. When we're studying the book of Peter, we glossed over the issue of authorship and simply asked the question, does it matter who really wrote the book, the letter, since it's part of the authorized list of inspired writings now, the thing that we call the canon? And the answer was no. And since the writing is considered God-breathed, accepted by the church for thousands of years as authoritative for the purposes, for our purposes, it doesn't matter exactly who the author was. Now, I'm going to go with the Apostle John. Now, the dating of the writing is important. Scholars, again, love to make their educated guesses. The most popular thoughts are that the book was written either during the time of Nero, 54 to 68 AD, or during the time of Domitian, 81 through 96 AD. Now, for the purposes of our study, we're going to assume the later date, that the book was written when Domitian reigned the Roman Empire. Now, the biggest reason for this decision is the internal evidence within the writing that supports the idea. The internal evidence include a fully developed Nero myth that informs chapter 13 and 17, the spiritual decline within the cities, the congregations of Ephesus and Sardis and Laodicea. That would have taken time to occur. The epistles just don't mention the heretical sect known as the Nicolaitans. And the church in Smyrna is thought to be founded by the Apostle Paul sometime between AD 60 and AD 64. So these types of clues lead to a later dating of the writing. Now, the date will help us determine what possible historical events or thoughts inform the symbols used to communicate this message about Jesus and the hope and responsibility that Christ followers have. So, hey, hang in there with me. We've got one more. We're going to take a look at the issue of time in the book of Revelation next time we delve deeper. God bless.